Renegade, 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 renegade.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a brake light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the...
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
This game is so historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It was the AFL-NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he spins past him and into space. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
There we go. Hey, South. Ready. Ready. 20.
Here's Ryan to throw. He sets to fire deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now Ito Smith. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Smith, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Falcons have taken the early lead. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Down! Back 22! Back 22!
And they'll run it here. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside. But that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
From the 50, it's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. This will be caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Tuesday. 11.
Here's Ryan. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
Here's Smith, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Foreman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
On second down, here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80!
Now a toss play. This is Foreman. Space to run past the 20. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get it to your back. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Back to throw, Watson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Watson going to sneak it, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On first down, Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On second down, Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Treston Decoud in on the stop.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Texans, Will Fuller. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. To throw on second is Watson. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's a give to Smith. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in. And then
that's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 75 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Butker now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, John. Right.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Ryan on first down. And this one is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Ryan. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Smith trying to run for it. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons are in for 6. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. It's hauled in by Ellington. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big-time play there for the Texans. 47 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
2nd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. Here's Watson on the sneak, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Spinning past him. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A handoff to Smith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They keep it with Smith on first down. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
Well, that wasn't just a loss. That was a loss of big yardage there. So the sense you're starting to get is that offensively, things are starting to pile up against them, and they've got to find a way to stop that. Conversely, how about the great call by the defensive coordinator? He realized that he's got him on the run a little bit. That call was made to get upfield penetration by his defensive front to try and get into the gaps, get upfield into the backfield, and make a big play. I think that was actually called, not so much just to, to get it done that way, but to say, hey, guess what? We're going to be aggressive, and we had an opportunity and seized it.
To throw on second down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third down and 12. Operating from the gun, Ryan. That is caught. It's Perriman. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. From the gun, Ryan. Smith catches left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
Hey, Tuesday.
Ryan will throw again. And he's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Ryan in the offense with a first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey, South! Space. Gun. 21!
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
22!
Now it's Ryan. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Left! Right! 21!
Now Ryan. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Hey, let's go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at the 30. But a shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this.
There we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 48 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
They'll look to throw. He's got Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Richmond. Tiger. Two jet.
Back to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come back, come back. Do jet.
He's back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down.
Down. Who ready? Who ready? Tiger. Do jet.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Hey, let's go.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Again, it's Smith. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And now out comes Houston. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Watson now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One last throw here for Watson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.